This is the young genius, James Francies.
Legendary Nate Smith.
Come on, man.
Who wrote on Heaven Can Wait, Michael Jackson. So go to Michael Jackson's last album called Invincible. Heaven Can Wait, he wrote the music. He has a demo. He's asking about it.
He told me he was going to show up with the flowers today.
Yeah, I'm a florist today. I'm just giving.
No, the flowers are for him today. What's up, everybody? This is Nate Smith, and I'm live at the Reveler in Richmond, Virginia, and I'm playing music today with an undeniable talent, a true young master of his instrument. He's played with everyone from Pat Metheny to Chris Potter to Yebba to The Roots, and I'm so glad he made the trip down from New York. His name is James Francies. Uh-oh. Where is he at? Our man,
Oh, there he is. He always sharp, see?
Come on, man. I know the vibe. You know what I mean?
Well, he always so put together.
Come on, man. I don't have the watch piece though. That was always. See what I'm saying? You always had that. You always had that super fresh shit. What's good, man? Welcome, bro. Welcome to the vibe. You know,
man, it's cool. It's cool. This is like a jazz club.
They do all kinds of stuff here. It used to be like an experience room, like an
escape room.
Yeah.
Yes, it is a jazz club.
That's the vibe.
Let me out.
Let me out. Let me escape. Come on, man. Let's get you hooked up, man. Y'all playing that music. Boy, playing them changes.
Sound good.
You playing the beat. It sound good. The good. I started saying that.
You started it though.
Yeah, I guess I did. I just started saying it, and I wouldn't, like most things, I wouldn't let it go, and it just stuck. Good.
Listen, we've been on so many different tours together at this point. I feel like we just end up going crazy.
Yes. It's kind of our only way of staying sane.
Absolutely.
We won't get too gossipy. It won't get too gossipy.
Oh, no. This isn't Club Shay Shay.
Yeah.
This is the better piano. Have you played this?
No, I haven't played it.
Man.
So then where would we put the Rhodes then? Would we rotate it or?
With this piano, we might not even need the Rhodes.
Oh, really?
I'm saying it would be such a, on some other shit. I'm telling you.
Come on, man. Let's get it. Let's talk about some music.
Muchas gracias, Tekikeramushi. No.
Dankeschön. James Francies, thank you, brother. Thank you for being here.
Man, thank you.
Sharing the gift. We've played a lot of music together.
Yeah.
We were rapping about this last night. We've been in situations with a lot of different band leaders, and we've learned some things from band leaders. Some for the better, some for the worse. But when it comes to you putting bands together, putting projects together, what are the things you're kind of looking for in sidemen musicians like that you're working with, and how do you go about like selecting the people you want to collaborate with?
Yeah. I mean, for the most part, I keep all my stuff kind of in house. Like most of the people I play with, I've been playing with since I was in high school. So all my friends, like Jeremy, Joel, Burness, like all my friends I've known them for so long to where it's like music's almost second nature.
Yeah.
We talk and hang out regardless if we're talking music or not. You know?
Yeah.
So I think you really just the personal connection with people is really that matters.
Yeah.
And of course, they happen to be some of the best musicians on the planet.
I mean, it sounds like you can hear the conversation when they all play. I mean, I've seen you play. I've listened to the records, and it just sounds like these are friends. These are people who know each other.
Absolutely.
There's like a personality in the music. There's like a it's kind of an intimacy in the music that can only come from like a friend, a long-standing relationship with people. Yeah,
because sometimes you see those groups where it's like there's like a hired gun or like you try to get the names and the best of the best people. That's cool. I've tried that a couple times, but it's like for me the most fun I've had is with people that I've known for a long time.
For sure. For sure. Who would you count as mentors? I mean, past, present, however. Like, who are the people that you feel like really saw something in you and said, "Yo, this kid can really play. He's really doing his thing," like, and encouraged and nurtured it for you?
I mean, so many different people. A lot of people have been so patient with me. Patience is a virtue.
It is. It's a blessing.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've been fortunate enough to have like people I consider like big brother figures, like the Robert Glasper, Jason Moran, Chris Dave, Eric Harlan, Questlove, James Poyser, Black Thought. Yeah. A lot of different people who have allowed me to grow, because I always tell everybody, I've been put in a lot of great situations since I was very young. Right. And a lot of it is just learning on the job, and just, act like you're supposed to be there. Yeah.
No, I feel it. And having people who give you the space to do that. And also, every once in a while I'll turn on the Tonight Show and I'll see the band. I'll be like, hey, I know that guy on keyboards. I know that dude. I guess I've seen you with the Roots maybe a handful of times. How did that come to be?
Yeah, so again, like, I mentioned Robert Glasper earlier. He plugged me with James Poyser. We were at an Eric Harlan show. Eric released that first record, Vipassana. Okay. I think. Yeah. And it was at Highline Ballroom, which is no longer in existence.
I know. One of the many casualties of the pandemic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, a lot of clubs went under in New York.
Yeah. So I will never forget that show. It was like this Eric packed out Highline. It was like sold out. It was crazy. And I think I might have went with Robert, or I can't remember. He was still living in New York. Yeah. And he's like, man, I want to introduce you to James Poyser. Yeah. I was like, oh yeah, because I've been watching James and known about James forever. Yeah. And
James Poyser is a legendary. He's a founding. I guess he's not a founding member of the Roots, but definitely a Philly dude who's been on all your favorite neo soul records.
Oh, he's
all your favorite records. Period. He's just shout out to James Poyser, the legend.
Yeah, that's my guru. He's like, I talk to James almost every other day. Yeah, he's like my financial advisor. Oh yeah, pastor.
Yeah, right. Man of many talents.
Yes. Yeah. But Robert introduced me to James. Like, hey James, you should have my boy James sub for you on the show. Yeah. And he's like, he's incredible. And James is like, wow, Robert doesn't he doesn't give it up lightly. Like, Robert's very selective of like who he plugs in there, because he's, his word means a lot to people.
For sure. And that's how it started.
Yeah, and I think like maybe a few months later, they called me to do this gig. I was like 19 at the time or something, and I was like a sophomore at the new school. Yeah. And I remember I got a phone call. I was like in a combo class, ensemble class, and I got a call from a Philly number. I was like, I don't know nobody in Philly. So I let it go to voicemail. Yeah. I was like, hey, can you do a gig with the Roots Saturday? And it was like Wednesday or something, Thursday. Yeah. I was like, yeah. And they're like, yeah, we'll pay you this number. And I was like, I'm not going to say the number, but I was like, I never made that much. I was like, I get that? Really? Yeah. I was like, yeah, cool. Okay.
Love it.
And I thought it was probably some small gig James didn't want to do, or like some like, oh yes, and I was like, oh, this is for LeBron James GQ All-Star Party with Nas.
It began.
I was like, oh, okay. It was like rehearsal Thursday, Friday, and the gig Saturday.
Okay.
And they were like, what gear do you need? And I was like, man, I don't know.
I don't know. Right.
I was like, man, can y'all send me a set list? So they sent me like 30 songs.
Whoa. I was going to ask you how much music you had to.
30 songs. 30 songs. Wow. So like, there's no real hiding in there. You can't really kind of just skate.
Yeah, you can't skate, no.
And like, they record all the rehearsals, then they send it to the band to learn. Wow. So that's the situation I walked into. Wow. And I was like, man, these people are about to fire me. So I was like, I'm not going to make it through one rehearsal. They're going to probably find somebody else. But they were super cool. They put me in situations where I'm like, maybe somebody else could have done this. But they were like, no, let's see how James is going to adapt to this, you know?
Yeah.
And for me, I've always just been a very studious person. And, I do my homework and stay up those extra hours learning sets. So, I'm thankful for those guys. And there's so many more, too, I'm forgetting. But
no, for sure. I have seen, just in the time I've known you, I mean, we playing together, 2017, 18, somewhere in there?
16.
Maybe 2016.
Something like that.
I mean, I've seen the growth in you as an artist since then, but how big, like you risk pretty big when you don't play small.
Yeah.
I actually have this other joint could be cool. Okay. Very easy. It's just like a loop in 9. It's like just as. So they.
Disintegration. The disintegration of nine.
Fade out into black for that one.
Yes. That was dope. Your last records, like your first cover, you did the album art for your records. You helped to mix this past the purest form record.
Yeah, no.
Like you seem to be a complete artist. Talk a little bit about like how you feel that's important for an artist to be involved in all of the facets of it, you know, as opposed to just being a musician who writes and composes and plays.
For me, I mean, I'm very hands-on, as I'm sure you are, and most artists are that care about what they're doing. And, you know, visuals and music, they go hand in hand for me, you know. So for a song, I also see like a storyline for something, or like what would this look like if it was in a movie or something, if it was a score. So when I think about album artwork, I'm already considering like, okay, I know what the album artwork should look like. Yep. You know, I'm just really involved because I feel like the music is where the seed is, and like you put the whole album around that, you know, the music. So, and also mixing, I mean, you know, a good friend of mine, Jason Roskowski, who he and I, for Purest Form, you know, we recorded it during like the whole lockdown, and we'd go into the studio and we'd mix each song as if it was like a pop record, you know, because, you know, a lot of time with jazz records, they're like, oh yeah, we mixed this whole thing in a day. Right. And there you go. Yeah. And for me, I never understood how that worked, because for me, I take so long just to get sounds, you know. So we went in and we just sat with every song and just like chipped away at it. Yeah. And I think that's how my process works. Just, you know, taking your time. Yeah. We have conversations once in a while about record labels and how labels are working, and how, you know, the economics of the music business seem to be kind of conspiring against musicians, like creation of music. You know, talk to me about how you are kind of navigating, not just labels, but like management, booking agents, like the business side of what we do. Tell me some of the lessons you've learned and how you're navigating it moving forward in your career, like just your thoughts on it. Again, like how I am hands-on with the recording and the album side of it, I'm also very hands-on in the business side of it. So for me, like I look at everything that comes in. You know, right now I don't have a manager right now, so it's just me, and I have a part-time assistant and a booking agent. Mm-hmm. And my booking agency, they're great. You know, they book me worldwide, so I'm constantly talking to them about like, hey, what are we doing? You know, where can we, you know, do something here, do something there. So I tell everybody, just be hands-on, know where your money is going, know how much you're making, know what the splits are or overages, you know, just, it's all math, you know. At the end of the day, it's really all math. So, and just not selling yourself short. You know, I've had to learn how to say no to stuff, even though everybody else is saying yes to it, you know. And some people might be like, oh man, why'd you say no to that? You should have said yes. You should be saying yes to everything right now. It's like, you know, I'm married, I have a house, you know, I'm trying to pay for stuff. No, I mean, it also sets a precedent too. I mean, you know, sometimes we get caught up in this idea as artists. We're sold this idea that if you take the loss now, in the long run, it'll be cool. But sometimes that's true. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes the long run never shows up. You know, You know, you can take the loss and then you're just out. You know, the bread. And there's always I don't know. There's always lessons to be learned in that. You know? And I feel like for me, like on the touring side of it, you know, I have a cool agency where, you know, I can have these conversations with them, and they are looking out for me in my best interest. Shout out to artist-oriented agents who understand the plight of artists. And it's getting harder and harder for artists to make it work, much less turn a profit, you know? Yeah, absolutely. Like just breaking even is hard sometimes touring, you know? Being a sideman sometimes is so much easier. Like when I first started doing leader stuff, like, oh, so I got to pay for those flights right now? Right. The game's not until 3 months, but I got to. Right now, that's my credit card. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. That's $3,000. They want it now. Oh, okay. Right. All right. I can put something down on it. Right. Can I put the flights on layaway? First of all, you know, do layaway on American Airlines. You do layaway on Delta. You know, versus like, you know, being a sideman, you're like, I want this flight, and they're like, here's your ticket. So it's like, you know, once you're on the other side of it, you have a more respect for people who are out here doing this on a higher level. You know, people like you. Hey man, I'm trying.
But man, thank you so much, man, for coming down.
Thank you. Man.
Thank you for the chance to make music and to rap. I appreciate you, brother.
Always.
Thank you, man. Thank you for being here.
And last night. That's a wrap, everybody. Start backing up. Yeah, you can strike the lights there. That's good.
That was good.
Yes, we do. We have to do that signature. Yeah, we can cut all that. Yep, good.
Cutting. Beautiful. Dude, that was a nice interview.
I loved it. Yeah, I really.